Hello, welcome to the orientation session for the Tax UK variant paper of the ACCA qualification. My name is Muniza Siddiqui and I'm your tutor for tax at SKANS ECampus. I'm a fellow chartered certified accountant and I've been teaching this paper since 2006. Now let's come to the introduction of the subject. The taxation paper falls in the applied skills level of the ACCA qualification and is therefore compulsory for all to attempt, unless of course you've claimed exemptions from it based on your previous academic qualifications. There are multiple variants available for this paper, but we at SKANS ECampus help you prepare for the UK tax law. Since tax law is updated annually, you need to be careful about covering the information relevant to your exam attempt. So your entire course reflects the information updates from the Finance Act of 2021. Unlike other papers that build up from content an ACCA student would have already covered at the knowledge level, tax does not have any specific predecessor. You of course need to have a basic understanding of income, expenses, profit and loss to understand the application of tax law at the applied skills level. Do note that the tax paper is directly relevant to the advanced taxation paper at the strategic professional skills level. Although advanced taxation is an optional exam, it is a paper you should ideally opt for if you are interested in pursuing a career in tax. So the knowledge aspects you cover in the tax paper are very important. Your syllabus for the paper is split into the following 7 areas. You first develop a basic understanding of the UK tax system and how it is administered. Then you move on to understanding how the tax law applies for any income or gains an individual earns, or any assets that he or she inherits. Once you have an understanding of how the tax law applies for individuals, you then look at the rules applicable for companies before wrapping up the core knowledge aspects by looking at how the value-added tax system is implemented by the businesses in the United Kingdom. The final syllabus area of developing employability and technology skills is covered through your computer-based exam attempt, since the objective is to make sure that you're comfortable navigating your way through basic technology used in everyday work life. Keeping in line with the flow of the syllabus set out by ACCA, I have set up the following course plan in your study room. You will first cover knowledge aspects related to tax applicable on individuals, so that is income tax, capital gains tax, and inheritance tax. We then move on to the tax applicable on companies, that is corporation tax, before we wrap up the course with the indirect tax applicable on registered businesses, which is value-added tax. In terms of how this knowledge will be covered in the exam, you will have 3 hours to attempt a 100-mark paper and you need to score 50% to get the pass mark. The tax paper is split into 3 sections with 30 marks tested in section A, 30 in section B, and the balancing 40 in section C. All questions are compulsory, so you need to make sure that you manage your time effectively and attempt all of them. In section A, you will be attempting a total of 15 questions worth 2 marks each. These are objective type questions, so you either get them right and score the full 2 marks or you score none. The type of objective type questions commonly set in the tax exam are multiple choice or multiple response questions, selecting the correct answer from a drop-down menu, entering the correct amount in a blank space, selecting the right answer on the options displayed, and dragging and dropping the correct answer in the designated space. The questions in this section can cover any area of the syllabus. Next, in section B, you will have 3 scenarios, or as they're commonly termed, objective test cases. Each objective test case or scenario will have 5 objective type questions, which will not be interdependent. This means that if you get one question wrong, it will not affect your responses to the remaining questions related to the scenario. Normally, capital gains tax, inheritance tax, and value-added tax are covered in these cases, but the remaining taxes can also be examined here. Each objective type question is worth 2 marks, so you're attempting 10 marks for each case, which makes it 30 marks in total for this section. Since these are objective type questions, you either get them right and score the full 2 marks or you get none. In the final section, you will have 3 questions referred to as the constructed response questions, because you have to present your answers in a designated spreadsheet or word processing answer space. This is the section where you need to show detailed workings to justify your answers and have the scope to score a lot of easy marks. One of the long form questions will definitely cover concepts from the income tax syllabus area, and this will be worth 15 marks. Another 15 marks will be based on corporation tax syllabus area, and the balancing 10 marks questions can cover concepts from any area of the syllabus. Normally, this question tests the interplay of taxes and is therefore termed as a higher skills question. You will be in a position to effectively attempt such a question after you've covered the entire syllabus. The practice sets and assignments set out in the course plan will give you a great idea of the live ACCA exam environment. If you have any queries or suggestions as you progress through the course, please feel free to write to me at tx@skansecampus.com or leave a comment on the relevant video. I will also be available for online meetings in the Q&A sessions planned. I will wrap up this session by wishing you all the best for your tax journey with SKANS eCampus. I'm with you all the way, so best of luck.